everybody, it's Kathy from Random Acts of Crafting, and welcome back to my craft room. I thought today that we would make us a little paper ornament. We all love our little paper crafting, and this little ornament is so easy to make. And if you have a 6x6 paper pack, one sheet will make the ornament itself, and then of course you will need some scrap paper, and I did use a sticker here. And I'll show you the paper pack that I used for this. And this paper pack is available in my store, and it's a Cozy Christmas. And I took one sheet out, this particular sheet here, that is this color on this side, and then it's sort of a muted burgundy on the other side with these beautiful snowflakes. And as you can see, I have the snowflakes on the inside and the green and cream colored paper on the outside. But I love the way this turned out, and I actually used one of the stickers, which is this right here, and I just took and stuck it to a 2 1/4 inch circle that I used a punch for. I tied a piece of green ribbon up on the top for our hanger, and this is ready to go on the Christmas tree. So I'm going to show you how simple this ornament looks. Like it would be very difficult to make. It looks like so many cuts, but it's not. It is super, super easy. So I thought what I would do, instead of making another one just like that one, I thought that I would bring in this Joy to the World Graphic 45 paper pack. This is the one that I showed y'all yesterday that had just come in. I love these blues, and I thought how beautiful would it be to do one out of this blue paper. So what I am going to do is I'm going to pull the blue out, and I am trying to decide if I want to do one out of this color. I think I'm going to go with this one. I really do love this, and the back of this is pretty much the same as that. But I don't know. I love that stripe too. I'm going with the stripe. I love the stars in it, and I think it's going to give a very interesting contrast to our ornament. So let's try it and see. And remember, if you're using a piece of 12 by 12, you can actually get 4 6x6s out of this one piece of paper. And you can make 4 ornaments out of one sheet of 12 by 12, which I think is fantastic. So we are going to cut this branding strip off of our paper. First of all, this really wasn't a branding strip, because with the Graphic 45, the ones that are in the pad like that one was. And oh, just so you'll know, this Joy to the World is the 16 sheets of patterns and solids, and this goes along with their Joy to the World collection. This is their new Christmas paper, and if you saw my video yesterday, you saw me preview that particular paper. I still have some 8x8s. I think there's one kit left in my store. So if you're interested, run over there and get that. And you can find that at randomactsofcrafting.com. And all of that will be linked in the video below. Alright, we got that cut off. So the next thing I want to do is open this up. And we are going to cut this piece of paper down to 6x6s. So we need these squares to be. I'm only going to cut one because I might want to do something different with this other piece. So I'm just going to lay that over here for now. And I'm going to cut this to 6. So now we have enough here for 2 of these ornaments that are 6x6. One other thing, before we go any further, we need to cut this paper. What we're going to do is we're going to cut 1/2 inch strips out of this paper, and we will get 12 strips, because if this is if this is 6 inches and we cut them every 1/2 inch, we'll get 12 even 1/2 inch strips. So this is probably the hardest part of this project, is just cutting these strips, and we all know that's not hard. So this is a project. If you've got a trimmer and a 6x6 piece of paper, you do want a 2-sided paper though. I will advise you, because if not, when you turn it, you're going to see raw edges. So you do need 2-sided paper, so that whatever side you want to showcase your your pieces, that's the piece that you're going to want to show. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and continue to cut our strips off of this. And we've got 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this will be 11 and 12. So what I'm going to do with that one, I got it right on the line, and to make it easy, I'm just going to bring that up and lay it down in the middle, and I'm going to hold that very tight and just slice it down just like that. So there's our ornament. It's hard to believe. Toby and Bella, they are playing with their toys. Believe it or not, they're not trying to kill each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out 6 of these. This one looks a little bit wider, but it's really not. It is a 1/2 inch, although it does look wider. I'm going to lay out 6 of those. And we have 6 over here, and I'm just going to lay those down. And I'm going to start off with 1. And we are going to fold this right in the middle. Just fold it in half. Very simple. Very, very simple. No measuring, scoring, or anything. Just fold it in half, and then take another one and fold it in half. And what you're going to need now is just your art glitter glue, your mat, if you want to, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Let's move this over just a hair, because what I want to do is make sure that you can see exactly where I'm at and what I'm doing. But if you can't see that score line, what I would suggest to do is take, depending on what color paper you're using, if you're using something darker, use a white Jelly Roll pen and put a little dot right there. And the same thing with this one. If you're having difficulty, and I'm just doing this to show you, I have made quite a few of these little ornaments. I made some last year, and I'm definitely going to be making some this year. So I thought this would be a great little project to bring to my channel and show all of you how to make these, because they're fast, they're easy, and they're fun. And who doesn't love a craft that comes together like that? So on top of that little dot that I made with the ink pen, I'm just going to lay down a little bit of glue. And then I'm going to fold this into and just sit it right in the middle of that. You want to make sure that these are even, and that's a good reason to square it up on your mat. This is going to definitely help you keep all these pieces nice and straight. And that is the most crucial thing in starting this off. You want it to be nice and straight. So when you start off, it should look like a cross or an X, but we're going to keep it at the cross right now. Then we're going to take another piece, and we're just going to slide it up underneath that piece and even it up, button it right up against there. And all you're going to do now is you're going to lift this up like so. If you can hold it and do it at the same time, and put a line of glue right there. And then you're just going to making sure they're nice and even, because that will be the one thing that will throw your project off, where it won't look as nice as if it's not even. So just tap that down until it catches. And you know, if you're using art glitter glue, it doesn't take long. Then you're going to grab one more, and you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to bring it over on this side, and you can turn it around if you're right-handed like I am, and you're going to slide it in right about there. And you're going to hold it again just like that. Lifting that up and putting a little glue just right up underneath there, just like that. And press that down. Just hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And now that is all completed. Now turn it around so that your 3 pieces are out to your right and your left, and your 1 single piece is up and down vertically in front of you. And you're going to grab your other 2 pieces, and what you're going to want to do with these is you're going to weave them in these pieces. So the top one, you're going to go over, then you're going to go under and over. So it's going to look like you're basket weaving. Because you're going to want to go over that for the top one, under the middle one, and over the bottom one. Then you want to scoot this down to where they're even and scoot it in tight, and then raise up this piece and put some glue down on that piece that you wove in, making sure you're keeping them as straight and even as you can, and then just press that down. Just hold it for a few minutes and let it adhere. And then you're going to lift this one up and you're going to put some glue under it and press it down and hold it. Like I said, everything that you're going to do here is just basically going to be what you have seen me do just now. Then we're going to come back underneath this one, put some glue and press it. Now you may get a little oozing of glue. It is a good idea to have a baby wipe or a wet wipe of some sort out, because you're going to get your fingers gluey. There's no 2 ways about it. You're going to get glue fingers. So, but that's okay. Now we're going to turn it around to the opposite side. This is the other side of the 3 pieces. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go under, over, and under, just like you did over here. Oh, I'm sorry. Over, I did it wrong. We're going to go, yeah, over, under. It's just the opposite. So you're going to go over, under, and over, just like you did on this side. Because see, this side you went over, under, and over. So once you get that piece in, you're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put our little dabs of glue right where we can stick them down, making sure everything's nice and straight. And we're going to come over to this one and a little glue under there. And then we're going to come over to this one and a little bit under there. Okay, so now we're just going to lay this piece over to the side, and we're going to bring up our other 3 pieces. So you're going to get a chance to see me do that all over, because we're going to make 2 of these exactly alike. So again, I'm going to lay these pieces out, and I'm going to decide which one I want for my centerpiece, and I think I'm going to use that one. I'm going to lay these up here. And so again, I'm just going to fold this in half so that we can find the center. Very simple and easy to do. Again, if you want to use your jelly roll pen to help you know exactly where that center is, no problem with doing that. We're going to fold it in half, this piece in half as well. I mean, how simple is this? It's just a simple, easy way of making a beautiful little handmade ornament. I think these are super cute. They would be great to give as a little gift. These would make great decorations on the front of a gift bag, and then they would also have an ornament. I mean, just so many ways you could think of doing these. Alright, so right where that little jelly roll pen mark was, I'm going to put a little dab of glue. Excuse me, my allergies have been really bothering me bad. It's the fall. It's the fall of the year. So it is what it is. So I'm going to just lay that down in that glue and press it out. And like I said, this is probably the hardest part of making this entire project right here, is gluing that first piece down and getting everything straight, lined up, perfect, just like that. So now we're going to grab another piece and we're going to bring it under on this side. And we're just going to butt it up against that other piece. We're going to raise that up and put a line of glue right there. And again, we're going to make sure it's lined up because it did move. And anytime your piece moves, just reline it. And we're going to press that down. A little bit of glue oozing there. That's okay. That's going to happen with this particular project, so don't fret over it. So I'm going to turn it around, and the only reason I'm turning it, if you're a lefty and you can do just as good with putting it over on this side, I say go for it. Or even if you are a lefty and you find it easier to glue from the left than the right. But I am totally right-handed, so for that reason I'm turning it around to the right. And I am going to, this does not look even for some reason. Let's see, we have, there's 3 on that side, so let's lift this up. It's not even. You know what, I might have to leave it because it's tearing the paper now. That's okay. We will, well, you know what, when we put that down, I think it will even it up. Yeah, that's going to even it up. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking there for a moment. I'm going to turn this piece over and put my glue right here. And then I'm going to lay this back down and get it even. And butt it up to it, and then I'm just going to mash that down. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, so now that we've got those on there, we're going to turn it this way, and we've got our other 2 pieces, and we are going to weave. Remember, we're going under, over, and under. And then we're going to turn this one around, and we're going to go under, over, and under, just like that. And so now all we have to do is glue those pieces down, and we will be ready to put our little piece together, or show you how to make our points. Which, when you see how easy it is to make these points, you're going to go, wow, I had no clue. Because it just gives the appearance of so much more difficult than that. And I just love things that are super easy but look difficult. It makes somebody think, oh my gosh, they're so talented. And really, it was just an illusion of the paper. So I love that. So let's go ahead and pick this up and put a little dab of glue right there on that back side. And we're going to turn it this way, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to lift this up, a little dab of glue here, and I'm going to push that back in because it did move on me. So that's what you want to try to be aware of, is the movement. Try not to let it move. And then we're going to put that down. And then we're going to go up on this side and press down. And now we have these 2 pieces are ready. So I'm going to let this one dry, and I'm going to start off working with this one. So what you want to do now is, instead of this looking like a cross, we want to turn it to us like this so it looks like an X. And what we're going to do, we're going to be working with these inside 2 pieces all the way around. So all you're going to do is bring this one around and turn it, and bring this one around and turn it, and we're going to glue those together just like that. So we're gonna even them up, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm just going to put some glue right there. I'm going to take that piece and I'm going to turn it, and I want it to make a peak and a point right there, but I want it to be even and flush on this side and this side. So this is a good time if you have any of these little clothespins like this. I even have some smaller ones somewhere. I think they're in my little drawer over here, and they are. If you have any of these little tiny clothespins, they are wonderful for being fingers to hold these with. and not only do they hold, but they help your glue to catch. So what I'm going to do now, there was the one we just did, there was our X we started out with, and we used those two pieces. We're going to turn it one turn to our left, and now we're going to work with these two pieces. So you're always working with the two pieces to the top that's in that X fold. So all we're going to do is the same thing. We're going to bend them in like this. We're going to put glue on one side, and then we are going to fold it over, bring them together just like that. You see how easy that is? You have some run over excess glue, just rub it off. And I'm going to take another little clothespin. The bigger ones I think actually hold a little bit better because you can actually put one clothespin on there. So now we're back to this side, so we're working with this piece and this piece, and we're going to fold it over just like that. So let's grab our glue, put our glue right there, and bring that over, and we're going to press and hold, maybe a clothespin will help us press and hold without pressing and holding. I'm going to take these two little ones off because that part is done. And now we're going to move over to this side, and we're working with these two pieces right here. So I'm going to bend this one over first and put my glue on it. And then I'm going to grab that one, and I'm just going to bring them together, making that nice square peak right there. Press it down, press it down, press it down. And if y'all have not taken a look at my channel and seen this gorgeous paper, you have got to head over there and look at it. This is the most stunning Christmas paper ever. I just love this Joy to the World Graphic 45. I've always been a Graphic 45 fan, but this is stunning paper. Okay, so we're going to lay that one to the side and let it dry, and we're going to come over and do the same thing with this piece. So I'm going to start off working on the inside, and the good thing about this is you're getting to watch me do this twice, because we do it twice on each piece, which is nice for if you have trouble and need to go back and rewind. You can always do that, but I think it's always nice when you can watch somebody do the same thing over and over, because it kind of puts it into our memory a little bit better, and we can grasp it a little bit better. But let's just pinch that, maybe another little clothespin over on this side. You are getting a little resistance because you're turning the paper in a direction that it's not normal for it to go. So let's turn it around this way. Now we're working with these two pieces. So I'm going to pull this one over, put down my glue, and bring the piece around, bring it to it. Just let them kiss in the middle, just like that. Press it, press it, press it. And maybe bring the clothespin from this one over to this one. And then we're coming to the other side. We're still working on the X. So these two top pieces are the pieces we're going to fold into themselves. So little glue, and little fold, and over like that. And press it and hold it. And I'm going to grab another little clothespin and pin that right there. Then I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to bring this around to here, just like that. And I'm pressing and holding, just like that. And that piece seems like it's trying to lift, so again, I'm going to come back with my clothespin and pin that down. And now that is all done. And this one's done. So this is what we have now. We have our 4 peaks that are peeking out that way. So what we're going to do is I'm going to attempt to take these clothespins off and hope that this is holding, and I'm sure it is. Now we are going to turn one of these upside down like that, and we're going to sit the other one on top of it. But you want to make sure that one of your strips is peeking out everywhere that one of your loops are. So you don't want to put it down where you have straight line to straight line and loop to loop. You want to do the opposite. So just turn it so you have a loop to a straight line. And then all we're going to do is we're going to feed those loops up through the strips through our loop. So I'm going to feed that one up, and then I'm going to feed this one up, just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Just feed it up and feed this one in. And then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to feed the loop up and just feed it through and feed it through. And if you notice what I'm doing, I'm going from one side to the other. Like if I do it this way, I'll do the other side. So you want to try to make sure you're coordinating one side to the other side. And there's a reason for that, and we will see that as we get these together. So this is what you're going to have. You're going to have a piece that's going to look very much like this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to glue our pieces to our peak. So what I like to do is I like to put the glue on my point. So I'm going to take this, and I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. And see right there, I'm going to put a dollop of glue right there. Then I'm going to turn it back over, and I want to bring that peak right to the middle of that strip, just like that. Now I'm going to come down on the other side and do the same thing so that I can keep them nice and even. So I'm going to put a little dollop of glue right there, and I'm going to pull this through. I'm going to turn it around. And I want to make sure that I'm evening that up to where it's right in the middle of that strip. You see what I'm doing? Wipe off your excess glue. And you can use your paper clips for this as well if you feel like you need to. But I'm pressing it really good. Now I'm going to come back to this side, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a dollop of glue right there on that corner, and I'm going to pull this down, and I'm going to glue it right into the middle of that strip. Okay, so we have those down. Now we need to do our pieces this way. So I am going to again put glue right here and bring this down and glue it right into the middle of that strip, just like that. And I'm going to come over to the one that's across from it, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put glue right here, and then I'm going to turn it around, and I want to glue it right to the middle of that strip. And there's a reason why we're wanting to make sure these are nice and even. We're going to come back and cut off these little angles. So we did there and there. So these are the last two that we have to do. Just like this. Oh, wait a minute. I got this one I haven't done. So let me go in here and put glue on this one. And come back over, pulling it and adhering it to the middle. We want it to be in the middle. Okay, so now we have this one and this one to do. So I'm going to put glue right here, just like that. Turn it over and bring that down to that strip. and adhere it. And now we've got the last side to do, and we're going to put glue right here and bring it down to the middle. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then we're going to come back, and I'm going to use my Tim Holtz little snips for this, because what we're going to do now is we're going to go in and snip off those pieces that were sticking out, just following the edge of your star shape to get your edges trimmed down. Just like this. It's really easy to do. It's really not any fussy cutting, because you just basically, oops, I didn't get that one quite close enough, but that's okay. Just like that. It still doesn't look quite right there, so I'm just going to go in and there we go. Now we got a nice crisp point. Okay, we got all of the blue, no, one more over here. And right here. And now I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to go back and trim this side. Just like this. And each one of these are going to go away. And we're going to, and I am trimming them, you know, trying to get that good angle on them so that we don't have the edges showing. So it looks like it's one whole continuous piece. That's the illusion of this piece that makes it so cute, is it just doesn't look like it was just easy. I'm sure that some of y'all, when you first saw the video, you were thinking, oh heavens, this is going to be hard. But I'm hoping you're seeing that it's not hard at all. It is a very simple piece to put together. And who wouldn't love a homemade ornament for their tree? Okay, so now we have that done. We're going to push these scraps out of our way. And now we need something to go in here. What I like to do is cut a piece out of the coordinating paper, and I'm thinking that I might want to stamp something in the middle. So let me cut a circle first, and I'm going to use that same 2 1/4, or maybe even a 2. Get my pen back in my glue, and let's see. Okay, this is my 2-inch punch, and you know, I'm thinking the 2-inch might be just what we need for this one. So let's see. I don't think it's going to matter which way I punch this, because I was thinking the little stars was going to show in it, but I really don't think it matters because they're going to get covered up. Okay, how about just like that? And now we need to decide, oh yeah, do we want that to go up and down or crossways? I think I like it up and down. Yep. Alright, so now I need to find a stamp set and a pretty cream colored piece of paper. I think that would be beautiful to go in there. So hang on for me and we will be right back. Okay, we are back, and I found this piece of shimmer paper, and I believe this is Brutus Monroe, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't have it in the packet. I had actually put it in a folder in a file cabinet. So, but what I did is I pulled out my A Cozy Christmas stamp set, and I was looking for a sentiment that I could put in the middle of another circle. So this is the stamp set that I'm talking about. This is also available in my store. So if you want to pick up any of these products, please feel free to go over and do a little shopping. But this right here, I am thinking that I want to do this All I Want for Christmas Is You. I think that's pretty. I also like this Christmas tree, and I like joy. So I'll tell you what, let's punch out a 1.5 inch, or do I want to do a scallop? Yeah, I'm always so indecisive when I'm crafting. I wonder if y'all are like that. You'll have to let me know. Okay, I do have a 1.5 inch scallop. I'm going to use a scallop because I want to be festive. Okay, we're just going to put this in here. Okay, it is shimmery on both sides, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to press that out like so. And I am thinking joy. All I Want for Christmas Is You. That's so cute on there. I didn't want anything that I was going to have to color because this is shimmery paper. And I think I'm going to go with joy. I think the fact that that word across there, what is more joyful than Christmas? The most wonderful time of the year. And I got a little speck on that paper. So we're going to turn it over and use that side. So let me get a stamp block. And I have not stamped on the shimmery paper, so I'm not sure how quick my ink is going to dry. So we're going to try it. We're going to use the VersaFine. And I might even heat set this. I'm not sure yet. Just so it doesn't smear or smudge. So I'm going to put joy right in the middle. I'm just going to let it sit there for a moment and soak up that ink. Oh, that's cute. I like it. So, let's see. Do I want to dry that? I think I do. I'm so afraid that it's going to smudge when I touch it. So let me get my tweezers. Tweezers, where are you? Okay, there they are. I'm going to just bring it over to the edge so I can pick it up. Just like that. And I'm going to get my heat gun. And, you know, we always think of our heat gun just being for embossing. But if you ever need to dry ink, it's a great tool for that as well. So I'm just going to hit it a little bit. I'm not waiting for it to heat up because I just want that air on it. I'm going to do the back too so that it doesn't curl up on me. I think that did it. So I am going to find my little place that I hang my tool under here. I am going to take another piece of paper like this and just lay on it to make sure it's not picking up. See, it did pick up a little bit, just a smidgen. So I'm going to bring our ornament back over, and I want to put this, but you know what I want to do? I think I want to take a little bit of blue and just distress around the edge of this. I think I'm going to zoom y'all out just a little bit. Oops, wrong way. Let me plug up my power cord because my camera looks like it's going to die on me. We don't want that to happen, so let's plug you in. Sorry for the shaking. And get back straight as we can. Anytime I'm crooked, my husband always, it drives him crazy. So let me go up here, and I got my two little baskets that I made sitting up there on top of my distress inks. So I'm going to grab these inks, and I think I want I don't want a whole lot of color, I just want a little bit. So maybe the tumbled glass. I'm really thinking the Mermaid Lagoon, but blueprint sketch. That's a little too purple. I'm going to go with the lighter. I'm going to go with this lighter blue. I think that'll be enough to give us what we're looking for without an overkill. So let me set my inks back over there. And I am going to grab my little inker. And I already have a blue one. I wonder if that one's a little bit too stark blue. Maybe we'll get a different one to use with that lighter blue, because I'm afraid that's going to pick up too much ink. So let's try this. I'll grab my little tool. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up on my tool like that, and I'm going to dab in this light blue, which is tumbled glass. I'm going to hold this and I'm just going to go around the edges just a faint little bit. And this will give this piece a little added character. I love to distress around the edges. I think it can add so much to whatever you're doing. And it gives it just a finishness that you don't get when you just put it down. I mean, how long did that take? And look at how cute that is. You know, it's all in detail. So what I'm going to do now is I want to decide where I want to hang this from. Do I want to hang it here? I think I want to hang it this way. So I'm going to punch a hole up here while I'm letting that piece dry. And I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dowel. And I'm going to use the bigger side for my hole. So let me clean it out so I can see exactly where I'm punching. And I want to try to get that in the middle as best I can. That wasn't too bad. Get these pieces into the trash can that came out of there. Alright, so we know this is going to be the top. That's where our ribbon is going to go. So what I want to do is pop that up on some pop dots on here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this piece over like that. And I am going to get some dimensionals. Let's see what I've got in here. I've got quite a few of used ones that are just pieces of little ones. So I'm going to use up some of these. I'm just going to do a couple in the middle and maybe a couple on the side. A little bit right there and maybe here. I think that's going to be enough. We're going to smush them down a little bit, and then I'm just going to use the picky tool and take off the backers. Hopefully just the backers without pulling the whole piece off. These little ones are little booger to get the backers off of sometime. But we can do it. A little patience here and a little patience there. So, picking those off, and I'm hoping y'all are seeing what I'm doing. And there's just so many things that you could do to these to make them so pretty. I showed my husband when he came in what I was working on, and he said, oh, those would be so pretty done in gold and silver. And he's right, they would. They would be beautiful in gold and silver. But I do like my my pattern paper, so I'm going to sit this down as close into the center of that as I can get it. Just like that. And then I'm going to glue this straight down onto here. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to make sure that that's adhered good. That's why I put the dimension on the outside rather than under here. So I'm just going to take some art glitter glue, and I'm just going to squeeze all around. And then I'm going to make sure I put this down nice and straight, right like that, so that my word joy is showing in the right direction. Now, to get this to make sure it's adhered, you can take your fingers and run it up underneath there. Well, I say you can, but I don't know that you can. My other one, it was a little bit looser than this one, and I was able to get my fingers up in there just a little bit to mash that down. No, my fingers are not wanting to go up in that one, so let's not push it. We're just gonna, we'll do that. And there we go. Only thing we got left to do is put a little ribbon in it. And I think with this one, I'm going to grab something in an off-white, because I think the off-white ribbon will be beautiful. So, looking in my ribbon, I am trying to find a pretty cream, and I did. And there's a nice pretty cream ribbon. So I'm going to grab my ribbon scissors, and I'm going to cut a piece off about like that. And I'm going to thread it through the front. And I'm going to bring it up to the top. Let me lay that out of my way. Get some of this stuff out of my way so I can work and that you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to tie a double knot up here in the top. And I'll show you how we're going to hide that tie in just a minute. I'm going to pull that up about like that. I love ornaments tied on ribbon. I think they're so pretty. It puts an elegance on an ornament when it has a ribbon for the tie, or at least I feel like it does. And let's see. I'm just going to bring that up and give myself enough of room to tie the knot, and then we can move it back up. So let me fold this back over this way and see if I can grab that. There we go. Oops. And now I'm going to hold these two ends up here, and I'm going to work the second knot up to that first one, just like that. And once I get it up there, then I'm going to pull both of them, just like so, and pull, and pull. Now I am going to bring these two pieces together right there, and I'm going to snip them off, making sure that I don't cut into my knot. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to hide that that little knot. So what I'm going to do is just pull that knot to the back of the ornament, and there you go. We have a beautiful little tie ribbon. We have a gorgeous little ornament, and this was all done with a little 6x6 piece of paper and two other little pieces that I cut out. And is that not adorable? Now, if you wanted to, you could very easily put something on the back. You could put another little white piece back there and say, especially made for whoever, or handmade by you. That would be a great little touch. But I think this is gorgeous. I think it just screams Christmas. I loved making these. I think they're so simple and so, they make a statement. I don't care what anybody says. That is a beautiful ornament to give anybody. And if you were going to a ornament exchange party, you didn't want this to be the main ornament, how cute would it be to tie this on the front of your bag? Or if you were going to do your ornament in one of these little baskets like I made in one of my other videos, how cute would it be to, you know, using a tie or a piece of baker's twine, have this hanging off of the side of your basket. That would be like 2 for 1. It's just so many things that you can do with your crafting, and I thought this turned out beautiful. This again was made with the Graphic 45 Joy to the World solid and pattern paper pack, and I did use a Cozy Christmas stamp set to stamp the word joy. And this is some ribbon that I got. I believe I got this from May, and it's the So Trendy. I love this ribbon. It's so pretty, and all I did was I cut my strips at a 1/2 inch on a 6x6 piece. It gave me 12 1/2 inch strips, and I followed, you just follow the directions that I had in the video to show you how to put that together. So simple, so beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed the process of making this little ornament, and we'll have more Christmas stuff coming up soon. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. As soon as I hit 500 subscribers, I've got a great giveaway. If you have not entered that giveaway, go over to the video that is titled Let's Talk, and it will show you the giveaway prize, and it will also show you how to enter. So we're getting there. I think I'm up to like 347, 346, something like that. So every day I check my subscribers to see if we've grown a little bit, and surely we will get there. But there's that beautiful star ornament, and I think it turned out gorgeous. I can't wait to hang it on my tree. Or who knows, I might give this away as a gift. But anyway, do subscribe to my channel, and like I always say, we're in the month of December, and what better time when we're thinking about how blessed we are and how thankful we are for our lives and all the blessings that God has given us. Be a blessing to someone else. If you know someone in need, try to help them out. You might not be able to do it all, but you know other people. If you know a person that's in need, get a little pool going together at work to take up money for this person. Have everybody bring in some canned goods and maybe gift cards to a grocery store so that they can enjoy a good Thanksgiving like you're going to enjoy. There's need everywhere. Get involved in your church, in whatever is going on there to help someone out. I feel so blessed in so many ways, and sorry, sometimes it's so hard when we think about all the many people that are in need. So reach out today and be a blessing to someone. This is what God would want us to do. And until we craft again, may God bless you. I love you all, and bye-bye.